I'm Alex.
I'm Ami.
And this is our Party Bot.
The ping sensor works by sending out a burst of ultrasonic sound. It then waits for that sound to be deflected back into the sensor and measures how long it takes. Once it knows that time, it can use a calculation to find out how far away the nearest object is. We use this so that the robot can measure how far away it is from the nearest obstacle. If it detects that it's too close, it'll stop and turn away from it.
The photodetector is a variable resistor whose resistance changes based on how much light is in the room. If it is darker, then the resistance goes up. If it's dark, the robot will only drive straight until it detects an obstacle or wall, and then it will turn. If it's light, the robot will continue to dance randomly. We use a separate Arduino connected to a potentiometer as a remote control. Based off the potentiometer reading, the remote control via Bluetooth tells the robot what song to be played.
Once the Arduino receives which song to play, it uses a wave shield with an SD card with stored songs on it to send a signal via an amp to a bunch of speakers which will play the song that we've selected.
We ran into several difficulties during this project. One major difficulty was accessing the songs on the SD card on the wave shield. Neither of us had very much experience using a wave shield, so figuring out the code and the actual hardware of accessing the SD card on the wave shield was quite difficult.
Another difficulty was once we had a song playing, it would often pause the entire functioning of the robot until the song was over. We had to allow the song to play and at the same time update the servos to rotate randomly. One mechanical difficulty we faced was that the wheels kept sticking. In the end, we had to use some WD-40 to grease it up so that way the wheels could slide and the robot was able to move.
First, the remote will detect if the play button is being pushed. If the play button is being pushed, then it will read the value from the potentiometer. And based off the analog reading of the voltage after the potentiometer, it will choose a song 0, 1, or 2. Then it will send over via Bluetooth to the robot that character 1, 2, 0, 1, or 2. Otherwise, if the stop button is being pressed, then it will send over an S via Bluetooth, causing the sound on the robot to stop. If neither the play button or the stop button are being pressed, then the remote will send over a random character 9 over to the robot, which means it should continue to dance.
First, the robot checks to make sure it's receiving a Bluetooth signal from our controller. If it is, it could be sending one of three things. Either it could be sending the stop signal to stop playing a song to play, or something else, which is just random. If it's receiving the stop signal, the robot will stop whatever song it's playing. If it receives a song to play, it'll first stop whatever song it's playing and then start playing the new song. If it's receiving a signal other than those, just a random value that we picked, it'll go on to the next part of the code. There, the ultrasonic sensor will send out a pulse and then read how far away the nearest object is. If the nearest object is greater than 30 centimeters away, then the robot will keep dancing randomly. However, if it's closer, then it'll turn so that way there's no obstacle in its way. Then the robot will read the reading from the photodiode. If the reading is low, meaning it's dark, the robot will keep going forward with both wheels. If the reading is high, meaning that it's bright, the robot will dance randomly.